Hello, this is Jenny with Three Churches Studio. This video is part 3, talking about why and how I started pursuing spiritual enlightenment. So continue my involvement with Washington State Astrology Association. They routinely invite astrologists from all over the world to give workshops and seminars and organize conferences. So I get to know a lot of astrologists through this organization. And one of the astrologists come to give workshop is Alan Oken. And Alan Oken is one of the top astrologists in the world in our time. And one of his teachings is about soul-centered astrology. And through his teaching, I get to know about Theosophical Society and about the Tibetan masters' esoteric teaching. And but to me, those are too advanced teachings. But most important to me is I learn about how our body's energy center is coordinated with the planet's energies. And evolutionary astrology, Jeff Wolf Green talk about those things as well. But there is a huge emphasis in soul-centered astrology, talking about how each chakra ruling the mind, body, spirit of our energy field. And so they are 3 in 1 of our being. And each chakra would have different colors and rule different faculties and functions of our mentally, our mind, our heart, our emotions, and our consciousness, basically. So that was a very important concept I learned from soul-centered evolution, soul-centered astrology. And this school of teaching can trace back all the way to, they also talk about Akashic records. Akashic records, and the concept I talk about in the part 2 videos. So it is also said Edgar Cayce and Rudolf Steiner, they all claim to have access to Akashic records. And Edgar Cayce's story and accounts of his spiritual practices are very well known. So, and there's a lot of record in the library, in Edward Cayce's library, about his work when he's in the meditation state, in the meditation state. And so we have to trace back the lineage when we go through the history of soul-centered astrology teaching. We have to start with Madame Blavatsky, and he was and she and some other people founded the Theosophical Society and started to disseminate to the Western world about Buddhism, about Tibetan esoteric practices and spiritual teaching, and they organized this Theosophical Society, and this society have the main objects. There's 3 objects of Theosophical Society. Number 1 is to form a nucleus of the universal brotherhood of humanity without distinction of race, creed, sex, caste, or skin color. Basically, it's the teaching that we are spiritual equal. We are all brothers and sisters of divine creation. And second objectives of this society is to encourage the study of comparative religion, philosophy, and science. Number 3 objective is to investigate the unexplained laws of nature and the powers latent in man. So this society was the first one of its kind to start disseminate the spiritual teachings of the East. And there is several important members in this society who have huge contributions to humanity, and one of this is Alice Bailey. And Alice Bailey, he has written 24 books, and those books was the transmission from was telepathically transmitted to him by a Tibetan master called Dijuva Kur, or Master DK. And Master DK is said to belong to tradition of Asian esoteric spirituality known as Ageless Wisdom tradition. And the Theosophical Society describe him as a member of the spiritual hierarchy or brotherhood of Mahatmas, one of the master of the Asian wisdom, defined as the spiritual guides of mankind and teachers of Asian cosmological, metaphysical, and esoteric principles that form the origin of all the world's great philosophies, mythologies, and spiritual traditions. According to theosophical writings, Master DK is said to work on furthering the spiritual evolution of our planet through the teachings offered in the 24 books by Alice Bailey of esoteric teachings. So that is excuse me, Alice Bailey, very important writer, spiritual metaphysical writer, of the New Age. And in this Theosophical Society, have another person, and her name is Isabel Hickety. Isabel Hickety have published important books. Most astrologists would have in their library, which is Astrology, a Cosmic Science. It's a very good reference for all of us. And she also write this Minerva the Minerva books, okay. And so Isabel Hickety is a very was a pioneer and leader in this line of teaching during the 1960s and 1970s. So this is the second line of spiritual enlightenment I came to know of that promote my self-understanding. And so I'm going to talk about a third line of teaching, spiritual teaching, in my next video. So bye for now. Thank you for watching.